Hello guys, it's Eglow here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to this tutorial. If you're just coming into the channel for the very first time, I welcome you. You're welcome to this channel. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Guys, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to the channel, share this video so that others can also benefit from the knowledge as well. And do well to turn on the notification button so that you can be notified anytime I post valuable content like this. If you're a returning subscriber, viewer, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your continuous support. Thank you. I'm not taking those love for granted. I really appreciate you guys. Alright, so if you're conversant with this channel, you already know what we do on this channel. And if you're new to this channel, let me just take you through what we do on this channel. This channel is dedicated to improving the overall photography skills knowledge of every photographers or potential photographers or editors, you understand, photo retoucher in general, you understand. So this is what this channel is committed to, helping people, helping beginners, improving their photography knowledge, even at a pro level. Trust me, you still learn one or two this channel as far as this channel is concerned, you understand. So what we do here basically is we help people, improve their photography knowledge, their skin retouching, image retouching, high-end skin retouching knowledge, you understand. If you are a retoucher, a potential retoucher, or you have a plan of going into photo retouching, right, and you don't know how to go about it, and you've been really confused, finding your way on how to go about it, trust me, we got you on this channel, you understand. All you need is just to stick to this channel, and trust me, you will be glad that you did, you understand. So today in this video we'll be looking at how to take your job from one level to another, you understand. That's talking about background manipulation, changing of background, you understand, especially when you have a boring background, you understand. Now take for instance, if you look at this image now, this image was shot like this, you understand. Now if you look at it, it's not as if that the image is bad, it's not as if the background itself is bad, you understand, because this is like a dark gray background with the subject wearing on putting on white, so everything blends well. I don't know if you're getting it, everything blends well. But then this is just a normal canvas, you understand, a normal canvas, background canvas, and just like a studio shot kind of something, you understand. So if you look at it, though the image in itself is very fine, you understand, but then everything about the image seems to just there. So there's no really, when you look at the image, there's nothing to really catch your attention that will make you look at the image again, you understand. And that's what we're going to do to this image, right? So we're going to take this image from one level to another. As a matter of fact, we're going to take this image from this to this, you understand. You can see where we are, right? So I'm going to show you how I was able to find my way around this image to arrive at this result that you are seeing on the screen right now, you understand. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So we are moving this image to Photoshop. Now let me also show you some of the the props that I use to upgrade and improve the overall quality of the image, right? So this is the first one. So basically what I used here basically is just the beds, you understand, just the beds that I use on this one. Then this is the second one, right? So this is the second one, right? So and this is the third one, which is like the main thing, right? So let's get to Photoshop and you see how I was able to find my way around this to arrive at this result that you are seeing on the screen. All right, so you are moving the images to Photoshop now, where we'll be doing everything. So first thing first, I'll just remove this water. So before I remove the watermark, this image was shot by my boss at a classic. You can see the watermark on it. Let me zoom in so you can see Eddie Classic. Guys, you were to check him up on Instagram as Eddie Classic _ and see the magic that this man is doing with images, you understand. He's creating with camera, you understand. So all right, shout out to my boss. Just doing a shout out to my boss, right? So right, we're going to improve the quality of this image. Now we're going to take it from one level to another. So just remove the watermark first. So let me say this, right? When changing a background or manipulating a background or trying to improve a boring background, two things you have at the back of your mind. There's one, the external background that you are bringing in, to use it to improve the overall, to add to the, the default background, right? It's either the background blends with the color of the background, the external background that you are bringing in blends with the color of the original background, or it blends with the color of the subject clothes or dress. I don't know if that is simplified enough. Okay, let me take that again. Now take for instance now, if you look at this image now, the background is dark gray, right? Now if you look at the subject is putting on white, right? So that what I'm saying is, if I'm bringing in an external background now that I'm going to add to improve the overall quality of this image, it is either the background is in the same line or in the same color tune with the background, with the default background that you are seeing here, or it's the same dress of the subject. You understand? So either of the two must go if you want to have a seamless background manipulation. This is very, very important. Please take note and have this at the back of your mind, that if you really want to have a smooth workflow, seamless background manipulation, you need to have this at the back of your mind. All right, good. So the first thing we are going to do first, we are going to separate the subject from the background. You understand? The first thing we are going to do first, we are going to separate the subject from the background. So, and to do that is just to click my selection tool and come to select subject and click on select subject. You're selecting the subject now. This job is selecting the subject. So let's wait. All right, so the subject has been selected, right? This is like automatic selection, but most times, right, it is not always like 100%. So you just have to take your time and look at it, and like manually select the parts that are not selected, or select that the parts of the part that are selected that you don't want to be selected, right? So if you look at this part now, okay, let me zoom in a little bit so that you can see it very well, right? If you look at this part now, you can see that the selection extend to the skin, right? And we don't want it. So what we're going to do now is just to deselect this part. So now hold my Alt now from the keyboard and select this part again. You understand? So take your time, don't rush. Do it till you are satisfied, like till the selection is properly done. You understand? All right, good. So we don't want it on the skin, we don't want it on the dress, it's just the background. You understand? All right, I think that part is properly selected now. So the same thing here, we're going to do the same thing here too. Select it. So this is like the most complex part of the whole thing, under this selection part, because now whatever happened here will go a long way, will largely determine the overall look or result of the whole thing. You understand? So you really need to take your time and do a proper selection. You understand? Because if you get it right here, trust me, the overall outcome is going to look very, very good. You understand? And the goal is to keep it natural. You understand? So we want to, at the end of everything, we want it to look as if, oh, this is the background at which this picture was shot. You understand? Because now if you look at it now, so this is the studio shoot. You understand? So this picture was shot at the studio. Our concern now is to take it from indoor to outdoor. You understand? So let's check the flower. Okay, great. Yeah, great. I think the selection is fine now. So I'll just right click and feather it. Right click and feather it to let's say 3. Yeah, feathering it 3 is to keep the background, to keep the edges okay. The edges is not going to be neither too sharp nor too fade. You understand? So then after feathering So we are going to Command J from the keyboard to separate the background from the subject, or the subject from the background. You understand? We're going to separate the two from each other. So Command J from the keyboard. If you're using Windows, it's going to be Control J, but if you're using Mac, it is Command J. Please take note. So let me show you now. Let me show you. So now come here and click on the background. You can see that the subject has been, properly separated from the background. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? You understand? You can see. You can see. All right. So the next thing now is click on the background. Now let's go ahead and bring the first prop that we'll be using. Right. So just go ahead. So we're going to be, using this one first. This is one we'll be using first. But then, since because you are not just going to like add backgrounds, add props to it because saw this somewhere, you just bring it and I just add it to your image. No, you are using the background to tell a story. You understand? Because picture generally, or photography generally, is a language. You understand? It's very important, right? So taking pictures is an act of telling a story. So now this image, now we're telling a story. We are saying, oh, this image was shot outside. It was like an outdoor shoot, whereas it was shot in the studio. But just wait and see how the transformation is going to elevate the elevate and improve the overall quality of this image. So now, before we move this background to the image background, so we're going to remove this part, you understand, because now this is like staircase, right? So I don't want this staircase here because by the time I will be adding the beds, right? So I want the beds to like, come. I want the beds to come through this direction. You understand? This is like a tree, which is very, very fine. Like I love this. I love this arrangement, right? So I'm just going to get rid of some things that may serve as distraction. You understand? So I just pick my clone part 2. Pick my part 2. Just like select it, then right click and click on a few, then content aware. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Yes, this is fine. So I'll do the same here. This is fine now. Yeah, good. I'm good. I'm good with this. So just the same here. I just want something seamless, right? So I don't want too much distraction. I don't want too much distraction. All right, guys. So guys, I forgot to tell you that I got these props from Pinterest, right? So if you love them and you want to use it to also transform your image, just comment it in the comment section. Just drop it in the comment section below, and trust me, I am going to like get it across to you. You understand? So, and you also check some of the videos I've done before on background manipulation. Watch the videos. Let me know what you think about the video, and let me know if you need those backgrounds so that you can use it to improve your own image as well. So I'm just going to do the same to this, right? So content aware. All right, I think we are good now in a way. All right, so this is fine. So we're moving this now. To move it there, there's just Command A. The Command A is to highlight, and Command C to copy, highlight, copy, right? Command A is to highlight, Command C is to copy. If you are using Windows, it's going to be Control A and Control C to highlight and to copy, right? So come here and Command V or Control V to drop the background. All right, so once you drop the background, you just extend it till it fill up the whole space. You understand? All right, so this is good. All right, this is good. So this is going well already. You understand? This is going well already. See the way the whole thing blended, like the shadow it casted here. Look at it. The shadow it's casting here. The shadows. Look at it, right? So now I'm not just going to leave it like this. I'm not just going to leave it like this. So I'm going to check my blend mode option and see which one works better than this, right? So come to the blend mode option, then start checking from. You can see this is screen is not bad. This is lighting is not bad. Screen is not bad as well. Oh, ooh. Okay, lighter color is not bad. Okay, this is also fine, but then we're not looking at, going back to the gray. We're looking at, totally transform it to everything white. Like, look at what overlay is giving us, right? So this is soft light. So this is hard light. Oh, this is kind of, hard light. It's kind of too harsh, but then it's not bad. Then vivid, linear light, then pin light, hard light, and hard mix, sorry. Then we have a difference, exclusion, subtraction, divide, hue, saturation, color. So I think I love luminosity, guys. I think I love luminosity. Okay, this is fine. This is before, after, right? Okay. So the next thing we're going to do now is, so we're going to bring in another background. All right. Okay, so this is the second one that we'll be adding, right? So just Command A and Command C from the keyboard, then just drop it, right? So this time around, if you look at the first one, right? Okay, so let me hide it. So if you look at the first one, when we brought the first background, right, we drop it at the of the subject. You understand? So, but this second one now, we're going to drop it in front of the subject, and we're going to use it to cover the subject. You understand? There's a reason why I'm doing all of this. That is why it's very important for you to watch this video from beginning till the end, right? So that you not miss any part, because each part is connected to the other. You understand? So the first one was on the background. The second one is going to be on the foreground. You understand? All right. So now we're going to drag it. I'm going to tell you why, but then let's fill up the space first. All right. Good. Now, if you look at it, you can see this, right? You can, okay, let me zoom in. You can see the floor, right? You can see you can see what the floor is giving. The floor is giving kind of sky, that kind of, sky, snow kind of thing, right? So now I'm going to tell you why I'm using this here. Let me hide it first. Now, if you look at this image, right? Okay, let me even take you back to the original image. So this is the original image. This is how it was shot, right? If you look at it, the dress covered the whole floor. It covered the whole, the background. It covered the floor, right? Covered the whole floor, right? So there is no really, kind of, the background does not extend after the dress. You understand? Like they use the dress to end the scene. So now that is why I'm going to use this other one to serve as a covering for this place. You just watch and see how I'll be doing it, right? So let's go back to where we are. All right, we are here now. So what we are going to do now is we are going to create a masking layer. We're going to create a masking layer on this second background, right? On this layer 3. Create a masking layer. Click on mask. So here, right? I'm going to pick my brush tool. Leave it to like let's say 80, opacity 80, then flow let's say 80 as well. So just increase my brush. So the foreground is going to be on black. It's on white now, so make sure you change it to black. Right, it's on black now. So we're going to reveal the part of the subject that we want to be out. You understand? Because this time around now we don't want all the part of the subject to be out. It's just from the face, from the hair down to like some part of the down of the dress. You understand? Not all. So you just watch and see. Now the foreground is on black now, just like I said. Click on the on the masking layer and start clicking it. Guys, you can see you can see so guys, you can see. So let me show you the before and after. This is before, after, before, after. Now you can see the vignette it adds to the image. You understand? So it's not looking like this thing was part of the dress. You understand? It's not looking like this thing that we added was part of the dress, like it was used to cover the dress. You understand? Now you can't really see where the dress ends. Why? Because we use this thing to cover the dress. You understand? So this is like, I love this. This is so beautiful, guys. This is so beautiful. So the next thing we're going to do now, okay, I think I'll still, I'll still lower this part a little bit, but this time around I'm going to like reduce my opacity to 30-30, opacity and flow to 30-30. All right, so I'll just, just click on this part. You can see. So I'm just I will increase this in a little bit because I don't want these edges, right? So I want to kill that edges. So I'll just increase this in a little bit. Yeah, that is gone. All right, so let me see, increase it a little bit. All right, same thing here. Okay, let me. All right, good. All right, so we'll just go ahead now and bring the third background. You understand? So I think, where is it? Yeah, this is it. So Command A, Command C. All right, so drop it again. Right, so now it's on foreground. Now we don't want it on the foreground, so we want it on the background of the image, right? So we can just fill up, use it to fill up the space first, right? Now we've extended it, so we don't want it on the foreground, we want it on the background, right? So what we're going to do now, we're going to, this is the image layer, so we're going to take it up to use to fill it. You guys, you can see. So now we want it to, we don't want it to be this visible, right? Because this is like taking it to another level, and if you look at this level now, this is too distracting for me, right? It's too distracting, so I don't want it like this. So I'm just going to reduce the opacity. So sorry, not the opacity of, not the image layer, the background layer. I'm going to reduce the opacity to like let's say 20. Yeah, let's say 20. Now if you look at it, let me show you what it is giving, right? It is giving, now the first one is this the tree, this thing now. So this one is giving that flowery kind of feel. You understand? That flowery kind of, you understand? So you can see it here, you can see the effect here, you can see the effect here. Just like I said, you are telling a story, so you need to like pay attention to detail and tell the story in the best form. You understand? Because now the idea of this image is to take it from studio to outdoor, right? Like this image was shot outside, not inside. You understand? So that is the whole idea of this background manipulation. You understand? So now this is it. This is before, after. You can see that it adds more life to the image, right? This is before, before, after, right? So now we're still going to add it again, right? We're still going to add it again. The reason why we're going to add it again is because just like I told you, I want to add the beds here. You understand? I want to add the beds here. So, and this is how we're going to do it. We just go here, come back. So we're just going to like select this part of the bed, select this part of the bed, then copy it, and drag it to this image and drop it here. You understand? So I'm going to use a blend mode option now to use it to blend it with with the image. You understand? So I think color bond does a good job there. It does a great job there. Okay, let me even show you. Now this is, if you look at it, right? So now when we brought it like this, it's, the edges and everything, the edges are too sharp, so it looking kind of too different. So we're going to use a blend mode option now to blend everything together, right? To make the coming down of the bed look so real and natural. You understand? So just come to click on the layer, then just come to blend mode option and check the one that works better. This is darken. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, guys. It's not bad. So this is multiply. No. Okay, color bond is also very good, but let's still go. Linear. No. Okay, darker color is also very good. No. Lighten. Screen. No. Color dodge. No. Linear dodge. Lighter color. Overlay. No. Soft light. No. Hard light. No. Vivid light. No. Linear light. No. Pin light. Pin light. No. Hard mix. No. Oh, difference. No. Exclusion, subtract. No. Divide, hue. Saturation, color, luminosity. No. So we are going back to either color bond or darken. Let me check. This is color bond. This is darken. This is color bond. This is darken. This is like almost the same, right? So this is it, guys. You can see. You can see. So you can just just decide to like let's say increase the thing a little so that it will look so real, right? So guys, you can see. So it is just giving that feel, just like I said, the whole idea is to keep it natural, like let it look so real. Okay, now so another thing that we need to do now, if you look at it, this background, this flowery background that we brought in, is now covering like the one that we placed on the foreground before, right? So like, what we do now is this is it. So we just move it ahead and use it to cover it, right? Just move it ahead and use it to cover it. Yeah, this is it now. Right, this is it. This is before, after. So that's still there, right? We are also going to take this one there, then duplicate it after masking. After selecting it, duplicate it and just drag it to that place and just drop it. So can now increase this thing now. Increase it, and you can just drop it anywhere first. So once let's go to darken again. I think, yeah, darken is also very fine. Darken and what was it called, color bond. Okay, darken, color bond, darken. Okay, so I'm going to use darken. So I'm just looking for where the best way to drop it. All right, so this is fine. So now you can see this is very fine, right? This is great. We are not done yet. You're not done yet. All right, so now let me group these layers, right? So select the layers, Command G from the keyboard. If you're using Windows, Control G. So let me show you the before and after of the whole thing. This is before. Ooh, this is after. Before, after, before, after. Guys, this is amazing. Like this looks so real. You get, like, this looks so real. This is amazing, right? So now the next thing we are going to do now, right? The next thing we are going to do now is, if you look at the image now, right? This is not white enough. I can still see some little yellow, some reds, right? So, and I want everything to be, especially the background, I want everything to be pure white. You understand? So I want everything to be pure white. So I have a preset called Blue SMP, right? So I have a preset called the Blue SMP that I use to, white, get the best of every white image. You understand? To get either outfit, background. So it's like a personal preset that I created to make sure that I always use it to, whiten my image, right? So we're going to create another layer now so that we can apply that preset, right? So create another layer. no, Shift Alt Command E. If you are using Windows, it's going to be Shift. Okay, right. So Shift Alt Command E. If you are using Windows, it's going to be Shift Alt Control E. Please take note. All right. So we just go to camera raw filter now to apply the preset. So come to filter, come to camera raw filter, right? So we are here in camera raw. Don't worry, you think this is white enough, right? By the time I drop that preset on this image, you see what I'm saying, is what I'm talking about. You understand? So now come to this three dot here, click on the three dot here, come to load settings, go to load settings. Yeah, so I have it saved on download, right? So I'll just search for it, blue XMP, just come down and get it, drop on it, right? So you can see blue to XMP. So just click it and boom. Woo, guys, you can see. Guys, you can see, right? You can see. So let me show you before. This is before, after. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you look, okay, let me show you the before. If you look at the before, right, realize that, oh, before was like having so much red, yellow, and all of that. But look at the after, right? So now click OK, and let's go back to Photoshop. So I actually don't want it on the skin. You understand? I actually don't want it on the skin. I just want it on the background and probably the dress, on part of the dress, like the the larger part of the dress. You understand? So I actually don't want it on the skin. So what we'll be doing is this. So we're going to create a masking layer, and hide it, right? So we're going to hide it. So Command I from the keyboard, right? Command I from the keyboard. All right. So what we are going to do now is we're going to select the subject, right? I'm going to select the subject. Click my selection to select the subject. Select the subject. So after selecting the subject, I'm just going to, okay, let me make sure that this thing is properly selected. Yeah. Just like we did before, right? Just like we did before. I don't want the selection to encroach to the skin, right? So I'm just going to do a proper selection. After the selection, then just feather it to, like, let's say 2. Feather it like 2, then inverse it. The reason why we are going to inverse it is because now it's a subject that is selected, right? And it is not a subject that we want to work on in the first place, right? So it is the background first. So I'm going to right click. Then select inverse. Inverse it in the sense that we are inversing the distance to the background, because it's the background that we want to work on. So after inversing it on the background, then click on the brush tool, right? Click on your brush. After clicking on your brush, then make sure that the foreground is on white, right? White is to reveal, while black is to hide. So click on foreground, change it to white. Then the opacity and flow, you can just take them to 70. Opacity 70, then flow 70 as well. All right, great. So just go ahead and start brushing through. So with this now, it will not like extend to the skin. You understand? So guys, you can see. So let me show you the before. This is before, after, before, after. So now we're going to inverse it again to the to the body so that we can also work on this part, right? So inverse again to the body, right? So click on your brush tool again and do the same to the dress. So make sure it doesn't touch the skin, you understand? Just let it just be on the dress alone. All right, so we'll deselect and for you to see, guys, you can see this is beautiful. This is beautiful, guys. This is before, after. You can see this is before, after, before, after. If you feel like it is too much, you can reduce your opacity, but let's just reduce your opacity to, like, let's say 80. Yeah, this is good. This is good because the whole idea is to keep everything at a minimal level, right? Don't do it too much, don't overdo it, and you know so this is before, after, right? So the next thing we're going to do now, so I want to use color balance, right, to blend the skin together. So this time around, it's just going to be like purely just the skin alone, right? So, and this is what we're going to do. I'm going to select the skin. So just zoom in a little bit, click on my quick selection tool, then select the skin. Select the skin. Select the skin. Select the skin. Okay, select it very well. Like, you really need to pay attention to details, you understand? Like, because that is the core value of every retouching, of every editing, of every manipulation, you understand? So now after selecting the skin, now after masking the skin out, so going to right click and just right click and just click on feather. Yeah, 2 is okay. So come to adjustment layer, click on adjustment layer and go to color balance. Click on color balance. So when you go to color balance, you're going to have something like just the skin that you selected being masked out, right? So I'm just going to work with the mix tool alone, right? So you can see what it is doing, right? You can see what it is doing to the whole thing, right? So once we get this, we are going to mask it to the skin. You understand? I'm gonna add a little bit of, let's say, add science. Let's say 10 before, after 10. So let's add a little bit of yellow. Let's say -5. Right? So this is before, after, after. All right. So we're going to mask it just to the skin alone. You understand? Just to the skin alone. So come here and Command I to hide it. You understand? So now it is hidden now. It is no more, affecting the whole thing. It is hidden now. So what we are going to do now is we are going to now come here and just come to this edge, right? Come to this edge. Click Alt. That is alternative key from your keyboard. Click Alt and press it. You understand? Click Alt and press it. Then pick your brush. That is brush tool. Then and take this thing to opacity and flow to like 100. You understand? So and start brushing through the skin. can see, you can see. So just brush through a little bit, brush through a little bit. All right, good. So guys, this is amazing. This is amazing. So we're gradually coming to the end of the whole manipulation and all of that, right? So now the next thing we're going to add now is we're going to add a little bit of vignette to this, and I'm going to use a gradient, radial gradient from camera raw filter to do that. You understand? So just watch and see how we'll be doing that. I'm going to create a separate layer now. Create a separate layer. All right. So come to filter, go to camera raw filter. So camera raw filter, right? So come to here. Come here. So click this creating mask, just create new mask, right? So come to radial gradient, right? Click on radial gradient. So once you click on radial gradient, you're going to have something like this. So just come and just cycle this until you are done, right? I just want to cycle the subject a little bit. You understand? So it is not the subject I want to work on, it is the background, because the vignette I'm adding, I'm going to add it to the background. The reason I'm going to add it to the background is to bring more concentration on, is to bring more concentration to the subject. You understand? Because if you look at this now, everything, the concentration is just everywhere. It's on the background, it's on the subject, right? So, but I want to create that dynamism where there will be more concentration on the subject than the background. You understand? So, and that is what the radial gradient is going to do to this image, right? So you're going to add. Okay, so just yeah. All right, I think this is perfect. So come here and inverse it. You can see invert the selected area of this mask component. You understand? So you can click on X from the keyboard, or you just come here and click inverse. Now, after clicking on the inverse, now you can see now that it is now the subject it is now the background that is selected and not the subject. You understand? So we'll just go ahead and play with what we want to do, right? So first thing first, I'll just add a little bit of black. I'll just add a little bit of black, like this, a negative 10, right? So I'll just bring down the exposure a little bit. Let me show you. You can see this is, you can see, but I'm just going to drop down the exposure a little bit, right? So I'm not going to do too much. Negative 10 is also fine, right? So the same thing with my highlight. I'm also going to drop down the highlight a little bit. Let's say negative 10 as well. All right, great. So now let me show you before and after of what we did now. So this is before, after, before, after. Let me zoom in so that you can see it very well, because the result is very, very minimal, but the effect is huge, right? So this is before, after, before, after. You can see what it's created, what adds to the image, right? You can see before, after. So we're going back to Photoshop now, where we're going to do the final thing, right? So this is great. This is great. All right, so this is before, after, before, after. So the next thing now, which is going to be the last thing, is to use my curves to make the picture more pop. You understand? I'm going to use curve on the image to make the picture more pop. You just watch and see. Come to adjustment, click on curves, right? So just play with this and this, right? So bring this down to like let's say 10. Okay, 9 is okay. Yeah, 9 is okay. So this one, take it up. Let's say 240. Yeah, this is fine. So this is before, after, before, after. Guys, you can see the dynamism it's added to the image. You understand? You can see the dynamism. You can see, the whole contrast thing, right? So this looks so real and natural. You understand? If you see this image like this, it is very difficult for you to say that, oh, this image was not shot like this. You understand? So you thought that this is like a build-up setup to take this picture, right? So, and that is the whole idea of the whole manipulation, right? This is before, after, before, after. The before was looking good, right? But I can tell you the after is now showing us that, oh, before was looking kind of too flat, right? Now look at it. Pay attention to the face, like from this part of the image, like pay attention, and also pay attention to the background, like it's really the surrounding. You see the dynamism it adds to the image. Now, so you can see. So this is now like a bit brighter compared to the background. You understand? So the whole attention and the whole concentration now is now purely and fully on the subject compared to what we have before. You understand? So the actions, I'm going to add my actions, right? I'm going to add actions and the color grading preset that I use for my editing. I'm going to add them to this video. I'm going to add them in the description below, right? So do well to check them out, follow the link and see how you can get them, right? And if you're interested in getting these props, this background that I use to manipulate this image, right? And I used to manipulate and improve the quality of this image, right? So do well to comment that in the comment section, and trust me, I'm going to get it across to you. So let me know how you feel about this video, this whole thing, right? If you watch this video to this very moment, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel if I had to do so, and if you've done that, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So drop your comment in the comment section, like the video, share, turn on the notification button so that you can be the first person to be notified anytime I post valuable content like this. Guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for staying to this very moment. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the encouragement. Thank you so much. So if there's any topic about photography, lighting, about photography generally that has to do with, let's say, lighting, high-end skin retouching, which we like majorly, based on it, right? So high-end skin retouching, photo retouching, whatsoever background manipulation. If there's any topic at all that you want me to talk about in my next video, do well to drop that in the comment section, and trust me, I am going to do justice to that as soon as possible. Guys, see you in my next video. Bye.